Hey guys, I'm back with another vid on Extreme Rules, baby. Okay, here's what happened. For the third straight time when I was about to watch a WWE pay-per-view, if you count Sacrifice, because I was going to watch Sacrifice on a stream, because all I had was a laptop, because I was on vacation. But if you count that, my parents asked me to go out to dinner, which we never usually do. On Backlash, we did it. On Judgment Day, we did it with friends. On Sacrifice, on vacation, they still did it. We usually just cook it on vacation. And today is my mom's birthday. Happy birthday to her. Thank you for all you said, even though none of you said it, but whatever. I'm kidding, man. Except Reed. I'll give you guys that. Reed and Andy, thank you. Those wrestling guys, I know we have our problems, but you did say, I think you said happy birthday to my mom, but whatever. And she was a little upset, not about the, she was just upset, she was really tired. Her party was last night, and she was up really late. And we wanted to take her out to dinner, and I'm like, okay, fine, I can just stay up till 3 a.m. Actually, right now it's 3:30, the latest I've ever stayed up after a WWE pay-per-view. I've seen a lot of review vids. Gotta say, I didn't like this pay-per-view that much. I really didn't. And from what I've seen, I'm giving it the lowest rating, except for RKO Kid. But RKO Kid rates matches low. I love RKO Kid. He's really one of the best guys on here, in my opinion. Very underrated, even though he has 1,000 subs. I think he does represent us teens all over the world, man. He met me. He plugged me before, and I'm so grateful for that. And then I asked him to check out my friends, which he did. He checked out and loved Killer King 91. He checked out, I'm pretty sure he loves Survivor Series 07. Really, he's just an all-around great guy. And he gave it a 6, but he books things really low. Like, he doesn't give pay-per-view ratings. He gave Lockdown a 6, and he went to Lockdown, and he liked the show. So I'm giving this pay-per-view a 6. I really just, honestly, and don't say it was at the end. After the first 3 matches, I'm like, this pay-per-view isn't so good. Even though the ratings on the side might confuse you, just listen to my train of thought. Okay, the first match, MVP versus Kofi Kingston versus Matt Hardy versus William Regal. This was, I'm going to give it a 2, just because it was okay, but it was very short. It was only 7 minutes, and also, I've only heard one guy here on YouTube talk about it, and I've seen like 10 reviews, or 10 or 12 reviews. I've only heard one guy talk about it, and that is Bizarre. This match had a shitload of botches. I don't know if you guys noticed. I mean, oh my god, when they went for MVP, I think trying to do the Tower of Doom with the power bomb, where Regal was gonna back super Kofi Kingston, they botched that. The ending with Kofi Kingston doing the Trouble in Paradise, which wasn't a Trouble in Paradise, it was more of a super kick. They botched that. They botched MVP doing his frog splash on William Regal. William Regal catching MVP in the first William Regal catching Kofi Kingston first Trouble in Paradise and suplexing him. They botched that. And since there was only 7 minutes, the botches were very noticeable. Just a really botchy match. I was going to give it 2.5 stars, but because it was short and because of all the botches, I'm lowering it to a 2. Kofi wins. I am happy about that. Next we go to Jericho and Mysterio. This was very good. This would be match of the night if it wasn't for the aftermath, because you'll see them later. This was very good. More time than they had a Judgment Day. Judgment Day had like 12 minutes. I think here they had 15, 16, 17. Very good. The beginning with Jericho and the merchandise stands, criticizing Mysterio walking down the aisle and having the fans touch him and saying, "Don't touch me." It's not as funny as the first time he did it with John Cena when he had security guards with him. And when the guy touched him, he turned around slowly and said, "Sir, if you put your hands on me again, I will have you arrested." That was awesome. But this was funny too, because like 3 or 4 guys kept doing it, and I kept telling myself, "Jericho, don't tell them to not touch you, because they're fans. Whenever a wrestler walks on the aisle, they're gonna do it." Towards the end, he just said, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna acknowledge them." Very good match, very good. I didn't think they used a no hold bar stipulation, but they did. They worked it best. My favorite spot wasn't Mysterio's dive through the second and third rope. It was actually in a spot that they kind of botched when Jericho went for the springboard dive and Mysterio drop kicked him in the stomach on the apron. That was cool. The ending was beautiful. I think storyline-wise and wrestling-wise, it was just perfect. And yes, I was right on saying that Jericho will win the title and have that mask versus title match. I am guaranteeing is going to happen, especially with the ending of how they pulled off. Jericho pulling off the mask and then rolling up Rey Mysterio while Rey Mysterio was trying to cover up his face. Perfect, beautiful, 4-star match. Very good wrestling, and I gave their Judgment Day 3 3/4, and I thought this was better, so 4. Next one we have CM Punk versus Umaga. This was okay. It also short on time, 10 minutes. I mean, really, you could have given this match a lot more time. Also, I thought they went for the turnbuckle too much. In a 10-minute match, like, you kind of want to work on Umaga and then go for the turnbuckles. You don't really, like, I remember one time I think CM Punk just clotheslined Umaga, then he went for the turnbuckles. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You know, I mean, we obviously, predetermined all this, but we know that Umaga is going to get up and destroy him. I mean, CM Punk has some logic. But still, like, I think from a storytelling-wise, they kind of went for the turnbuckles a little too much. And they botched that badly. Like, badly. In the beginning, you see Umaga touch 2 turnbuckles, and then they have a little ring thing at the top of the screen, and nothing happens. And then 5 seconds later, the 2 red things flash, and then they have to turn off again. And then, CM Punk did it, and they couldn't get it in on time. I wanted both of the guys to touch the turnbuckles at the same time, because I guarantee the guys in the office would have been crazy on fixing all the buttons, because they clearly didn't know what they were doing. They botched so much with that little screen at the top. If you have the referee there, honestly, you really don't need those screens. 2.25 stars, okay. 10 minutes, should have been a lot longer. I actually liked their Judgment Day match better. That was a rarity on this card, because I liked most of the matches on this card better than the last, even though I like Judgment Day better, if that makes any sense. But I thought their Judgment Day match was better. There we go. Also, like, the Morrison match I liked better than the first match. There's that. And this is a match where I like Judgment Day better. I like Jack Swagger Christian better than this match, which was a big disappointment. I mean, this is pretty much the universal rating. I've seen everyone give this match 3 stars. I'm giving it 3.25 just because Dreamer won and the celebration. It was disappointing, in my opinion. I expected, you guys know how much I hyped the Hardcore Stipulation. It was not. It was just a bunch of trash cans and what's it called? Crutch. I would have given this match 2.75 stars. Dreamer winning 3. The celebration within the crowd, I'll give it 3.25 just to be nice. It was good. There were some good spots. I like the back suplex. Again, I think they again did the Tower of Doom, except they did it right on the garbage cans. That was a cool spot. Dreamer doing the kind of like a suicide dive senton bomb with the trash can on his neck on Christian and Jack. That was very good. So 3.25 stars. There you go. Next we have the worst match of the year. I guarantee no match will be worse than this. I dare WWE TNA ROH to put on a worse match than this. This was just so fucking awful. Oh my god, this was the worst crap segment ever. And you have Chavo bringing in. Here's my thought. I told you if you made it less than 5 minutes, I'd give it an NA. It was 3 minutes. And I said, okay, maybe I'll get an NA. And then they had to have another 3 minutes of Chavo and Vickie fucking playing in this crap. I'm like, that's it. You're getting your dud. But then, light came upon my day. I'm like, what the fuck is the point of this? Santina went back to saying, what the fuck was the point of this in the first place? And they gave me a point. Edge and Vickie are getting a divorce. This is a mark out moment. This is a bigger mark out than the ending of the entire review. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was jumping on my chair. Yes. It's over. It's over. Basically, Vickie goes back to the locker room. Edge asks for help. Vickie goes, where were you? Just then. Where were you all this time? And Edge goes, good luck getting a divorce attorney. I'm out, bitch. Peace, bye. And I'm like, yes, it's over. Thank you. Crap match, hot pig pen match. I'm going to give you an NA, even though you're still probably the worst match of the year. But because of that Edge Vickie thing, I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to give you an NA. Because I think, I'm blushing. I'm gleaming with joy. Yay! Next we go to Orton Batista. I heard Batista was injured, and I thought for sure Orton would win. And I knew the match would be short. Thank God. Actually, no, my bad. I didn't like this match better than I like the Judgment Day match better. This match too, a star and 3/4. Really, I know it was good, but seriously, 7 minutes. And it says Batista's been wrestling with this for a while, for a few months now. Someone told me it was mid his injury, early 2009. I don't believe that. I think he acquired it later. But if that is true, he wrestled a 20-something minute match, albeit 6-man tag, but still. And then he wrestled a 15-minute match with Orton. You could have got more than 7 minutes. Really, you could have given me something more. Batista winning. I heard there's going to be a rumor that he's going to lose the title tomorrow on Raw. What the fuck is the point of that? Someone said Batista's going to retire. They want to give him a title run. Seriously, if Batista retires now, sorry, Seth, I know he's your favorite wrestler, but that's what I heard, because he's going to drop it tomorrow, and the only reason they give him this title so he can have one before he's retired. Next one, there was also You Can Wrestle chance to Batista. First time I ever saw that. John Cena versus Big Show. Holy shit, was this bad. Oh my god, I could not write all the spots. This was crap. This was really fucking bad. Oh my god, this was the worst. I gave this match a star. I've never given a straight wrestling match a star before. 20 fucking minutes, and the ending, they botched it. And honestly, it didn't really make much sense to me anyways. Big Show's feet were on the fucking ropes. The hold should have been broken. They were on the ropes. You don't use the ropes to put in the submission hold. God, just all around crap, star, god awful, god. Next, Edge vs. Jeff Hardy. Disappointing ladder match. I told you all ladder matches should average at least a 4, and I expected this one to do it too. I was only into it for the first 10 minutes. I had to actually rewatch the first 15 minutes of this match because I really wasn't into it. 21 minutes. I gave it 3 3/4. But Punk cashes in, and I'm very happy for heel Punk. He is a heel. Trust me, because he was pushing on his referee. Very good. Extreme Rules get to 6. Really, I thought it was okay, but I really just did not like the show that much. I would give it a 5 point something, but it did have 2 4-star matches. Well, the last match wasn't really a 4, but the Punk thing, after maybe bumping it up to 4 1/4, it did have 2 4-star matches, and I think it has to have a 6, but honestly, it could have been a lot better. I'm bigger 310. I'm out. Peace.